After spending over 12 hours with Claude Fable 5, the new Mythos class model from Anthropic, I found out one thing and the reason why it spends so much token and why, after many months of optimizing my tokens, I was able to finally burn again my full quota, and I'm now on my second Claude Max subscription because it's just burning too much. And the reason is simple. As you can see on the screen, Fable 5 has 10 million tokens as a context window, but it has no cache. And let me show you how it works. One thing that is quite amazing about Mythos, I'm going to call it Mythos because I don't like the name Fable. So the incredible thing about Mythos 5 is that it can spawn multiple sub-agents in a speed and precision that no other model ever had. When we compare the Fable 5 with Opus 4.8, what I see, it's precisely that Opus 4.8 is just a soldier asking other soldiers to do his dirty work. There's no orchestration, there's no capacity of doing stuff that it is not able to do. It's just the same level of operation, but it's an operator, Opus 4.8, asking other operators, Sonnet 6, to be able, 3.6, 4.6. Sonnet's 4.6 to go over there and do this stuff. But the capacity to consume large source of data is not there. What was the change? I did the same thing that I was doing previously on Opus 4.8, like I do every single day, and my tokens, they just vanished. But Anthropic said that the cost usage was just a 30%, 40% increase in normal cost as compared to 4.8. They said on the website double, they said in a different place that it was 37%, but let's stick with double. It was not double. It just burned all my tokens in 20 minutes, one thing that haven't happened with me in the past 3 months, even with massively heavy operation with 5 different Claude code sessions running at the same time. Now, I investigated, I have the system that I built, and I'm able to check precisely the cost usage and all of it that I have. But what happened was crazy is that the cost was spread because of this one single issue. Fable 5 spawns multiple agents, and it's incredible of doing so. But every single agent is a cold start. And the most incredible thing that I do using my Orchestrator framework that I have in here is to hit the cache every single time and making sure that I'm able to hit the cache and save money. Because when I started using Claude back in March, I also had multiple Max subscriptions. But after creating Orchestrator, which is my IDE to run in Claude, I never had the issue again. But now I do. And the issue is cold start. Every single sub-agent, they start code, they go read the code, and when they come back, they report to Fable. Now, here's the incredible thing about Fable. Because it's not reading the files, because it can spawn multiple agents much more effectively than Opus could, it is now able to create the tasks, give to the agent goes over there. For example, I did a refactoring of a massive code base with 40,000 lines, and it was perfect. It redid the whole thing. So what I'm showing you here, for example, this is a refactor of the original one, which should be, so this is the original app that I had, and I refactored the whole thing alongside other apps that I just could, so I did. But this is the whole new framework, and I know able to do much more work done much quicker. And I have the session control in here because now I need much more. And this was all done by Fable, but it burned 70% of the weekly context for one account in a day. So now I have 2 accounts, and I'm probably going to get the third one because I'm going to burn those accounts. And we have until the 22nd of June, I believe, to keep using Fable without going to the API. And the API is much more expensive. Legend says it's up to 10 times more expensive. Now, how do you solve that problem? I saw some people talking about deactivating the sub-agents capability, but this is the same as disabling the most powerful part of Fable 5, which is not needing to have the context because it spawns agents, and then with the agents it comes back, the agents come back to Fable, report, and instead of Fable going over there and spending 200,000 tokens it spends maybe 2,000 with the summary of the agent. Now, this burns tokens a lot. Usually, when you have an ultra optimized environment like I have in here, and I'm running with cache optimization, I'm always hit 85 to 90% token saving with the cache. But with Fable, there's no cache. It's just code. And when I hit code, what happens is, that's it. You're done. And you now need to go with expensive agents. So think about the context, which is what I mentioned. If Fable has a 1 million context window, but it spawns 9 agents, it actually has a 10 million context window, but only 10% of the context, which is Fable's, has cache. Of course, if the agents read the same file again or do the same thing again in big long runs, they are also going to be able to hit the cache. But depending on the operation, most of my operations, I'm not hitting the cache. I'm just hitting my wallet, and my wallet is not liking that. So this is the issue that I found on the price of Fable. How to solve the issue? Don't solve the issue. This is a feature, it's not a bug. So what am I doing is, honestly, and this is me, and maybe it's one thing that you can think about is, I'm going to go over there, and I'm going to find a new client just so I can get another $2,300 a month, which is usually how much I charge for my clients for marketing operations, just so I can pay for this stuff. One thing that I'm recording this video for 2 different reasons. The first one is, this is the reason why it costs so much, but I cannot see a solution. I'm going to be trying to find a solution, but the solution that I found to everybody who I saw, they said the same thing: disable the sub-agents. I'm not going to disable the sub-agents. This is what brings the quality to the model. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make more money. And if you are using Fable, you have until the end of the month, I think it's 23, 22 of June, to use it using the max subscription. So do everything that you can to get a client, to get some more money, to get some more revenue, just so you can use it using the API. I am going to keep using the API, and I expect it to be at least a $2,000 bill at the end of the month. And if you want to be at the tipping speed of technology, there's a price to pay. And if you don't want to pay the price, that's okay. Some people will. And if you want to learn how, I am probably, hopefully, restarting my community in school, and I'm going to teach a few stuff over there. So click on the link below, and you may be able to join. And I'm going to give you access to the Orchestrator, which is the stuff that I use, which is not orc with an H, it's just an orc, like a green orc, to help you use Claude Code in the best possible way. The community is now called Agentic Marketing Operators, and it's meant to help you running meta ads and Claude Code, websites, apps, so on and so forth, as well as using my system, which is NestAI, which should be released in the next couple of weeks, which is going to allow you to run hundreds of ads, completely amazing, completely unique, completely variety, as Meta likes to say, on meta ads. So that's it. It's how it works on Fable. It just burns everything. But as for now, it's a feature, not a bug. And if I find a solution, I will share it here. If not, let's make more money, because there's nothing that compares to it. You probably saw some people making some games, and the difference between a game made on 4.8 and 5, it's a completely new universe. I hope you liked this video. It was just me, because I'm seeing so many different things and people talking about the wrong stuff, which is, don't try to save tokens. Make more money, spend more tokens, and make them work. Thanks so much for being here, and I wish you the best day of your entire life. Bye-bye.